Rounds of strong and severe thunderstorms continue to march across central and eastern Kentucky. The potential is there for additional flooding and also severe thunderstorms. I'm tracking it all straight ahead.
Storms turned deadly overnight after a tree fell on a family's tent during a camping trip.
It is only practice, but the Big Blue Nation is here. I'm Amber Philpott in Indy. Coming up, why for one Lexington family, this is as close as they're going to get to their cats.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon. Communities across the state continue to deal with flooding. The first round of heavy rain and storms came overnight, and we're tracking another round that could include severe storms. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has the latest warnings and watches on this WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day. Chris?
Yeah, as you mentioned, Jennifer, we're tracking two threats. The flood threat, which obviously is way off the charts, considering the significant amount of flooding we had earlier in the day and the renewed heavy rains across the area, but also now with a little increase in instability, especially south of Interstate 64, watching that increasing threat for severe thunderstorms. And a tornado watch is out until midnight for all the counties that are shaded in red. That includes just about all of central and eastern Kentucky. And again, farther south you go, the greater the threat. Everybody under the gun for the potential for flooding. Flood watch is out. All the counties that are shaded in green on this map are either under a flood warning or a flash flood warning. Significant flooding, again, is a possibility over the next several hours. If you're in one of these counties shaded in green, even if you're outside of that, you have a chance to pick up on flooding problems coming up over the next little bit. Live First Alert Defender, Kentucky's most powerful live Doppler radar, has been getting an absolute workout over the past 24 hours and change. Look at the heavy rain corridor now. It is setting up shop from Moorhead through Owingsville, through Mount Sterling, into parts of Paris, Winchester, the Lexington Metro, and west from there. Heaviest rain right now right on top of Mount Sterling. So if you're watching us from around Mount Sterling, the Camargo area, over into the western parts of Bath County, keep an eye on those creeks and streams. This is likely to dump a quick half-inch of rain in a matter of less than a half hour as it moves through. Additional showers and thunderstorms, they're just lining up. We call this training. It's like having the train tracks laid down. You just get the individual cars, being the thunderstorms, to keep moving over the same tracks that are laid down, again, from west to east. Heaviest rain in Lexington as of right now is on the north side of town. Get to that northern split. It is really coming down for folks around Masterson Station up toward the Kentucky Horse Park. Lighter rain across southern Fayette County. That may change up very soon. Additional heavy rains midway down toward Versailles, Frankfort. And look back to the west. Boy, you're hoping for a little break here. You got to get west of Louisville to find a break in the rain right now. And that's the permanent break that gets in here late this evening. Really going to watch these thunderstorms developing here from Washington Marion County, the sections of Bardstown, and points to the south toward Campbellsville. Those will be the ones that encounter a little more instability in the air that has a little more spin to it. So we'll keep an eye on that across parts of southern Kentucky. All of the showers and thunderstorms working quickly to the east. The cold front is finally off to our west. But Jennifer, the main threat again continues to be the possibility of flooding. We're tracking the possibility of another 1 to 2 inches of rain. More flooding issues likely to pop up as we go through the next several hours.
Just what these communities do not need, Chris. And the search is on right now for a mother and child whose car was swept away by high water this morning in eastern Kentucky. Crews have been looking for the two all day near Kentucky 52 and Old Landing Road in Lee County. WKYT's Kristen Kennedy continues our team coverage with an update on the search.
Crews are still out here trying to recover that car that they say swept away during flash flooding. Around 9:30 this morning, witnesses say flash flooding caused a river to swell over a portion of 52. One driver told us he parked on the side of the road while another driver, a woman in a Saturn, passed him and decided to try and drive through the water. He says she veered off the road, not being able to tell where it ended, and hit a culvert, sending her car up and into the floodwaters.
She has lost her life. I don't know if anybody was in the car with her or not, but I do know there was one lady in the car.
There are a lot of crews helping with this recovery effort. We're told the Sheriff's Department is out here, Lee County Fire Crews, Kentucky State Police, and Fish and Wildlife. In Lee County, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
Another group that's helping is the Lexington Fire Department's Swiftwater Rescue Team. It's at the scene trying to recover the car. The storms have already claimed one life. A tree limb fell on a tent with a family of 5 inside at Natural Bridge State Park. A Lexington mother died and her husband was injured while their children watched. WKYT's Victor Puente continues our team coverage from Powell County.
The cell phone service in this part of Powell County isn't very good, but there was enough this morning to make a call for help. Dispatchers say they were able to use that call to pinpoint where this family was. Around 3:20 a.m., a frantic call came into the Powell County 911 dispatch center. It was from someone camping near Catherine and Brian Carlson.
A tree falling on the kids. The mother of the family has been hurt.
Okay, did you say there was a tree that fell on a child?
No, on the mother of the family.
The coroner says the heavy rain and wind brought a tree down onto their tent, killing Catherine and sending Brian to UK Hospital in critical condition. The camper wasn't sure where they were at first, mentioning Cave Run, but the dispatcher was able to send help.
To triangulate his location by using his cell phone. With that cell phone, he was able to determine which road he was on.
That caller eventually handed the phone over to the Carlson's son, who was able to identify their campsite once the dispatcher asked if they were at the Middle Fork campground.
The best option we would have had would have been to send multiple units of first responders to different campgrounds in the area and hoping to find the victim. Fortunately, that wasn't the case.
He told that dispatcher the tree had fallen on his mother and father, and they were trying to lift it off of them, but they weren't strong enough. First responders had to go through floodwaters to get to the family. Along with Catherine and Brian Carlson, their 3 children were in that tent when the tree fell. None of them were injured. In Powell County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Park rangers evacuated the campground because of flooding a few hours after that 911 call. In Jessamine County, rising water forced dozens of people from their homes. A creek behind Tate's Creek Estates flooded, filling streets and homes with water. One man told us his home had about half a foot of water.
That's real upsetting, ma'am. Real upsetting because I have no insurance. I have no way to nobody to help me except for my son.
A few of the people we talked to say they recently moved in and didn't realize the creek would rise so quickly. Remember, we can keep you up to date on the weather situation when you're away from your television. Visit WKYT.com for radar, forecasts, and the latest weather headlines. Indianapolis is starting to turn blue on this day before the Wildcats face Wisconsin in a Final Four rematch from last year. Big Blue fans have arrived ready to cheer on the Cats. WKYT's Sam Dick and Amber Philpott are live with all the excitement. Hi, Sam and Amber.
Hi, Jennifer. You know what? The weather here might not be cooperating with us, but it is not stopping all of the fun. We're right here at Lucas Oil Stadium. A couple of blocks away is White River Park, and that is where the March Madness Music Fest is going on.
That's what that is.
The music has been going since we came out here at 4. I'm not sure if anybody's over there listening, but we can hear it, so certainly the party has started.
It has. We broke out the gloves, and I may break out the WKYT official winter cap. Seriously, though, we were in the media area here in the stadium, and on the other side of the curtain, we could hear the coaches answering questions from reporters. I was struck, Amber, by how relaxed they were, cracking jokes. We want to bring Rob Bromley in now. And Rob, Coach Cal has never been big on awards, but he has received one today, and I think a lot of people would say, hey, he earned it.
Very deserving. Not going to sweep the Coach of the Year awards, but he is so deserving. Open practices here today, and before the Cats took the court, Cal was presented the AP Coach of the Year award. And as you know, he has done such a fantastic job with this team. Could end up in an undefeated national championship Monday night. Asked how he's changed, Cal admitted he has.
Hopefully I've matured and grown up a little bit. That's questionable also, I've heard. Yeah, look, I always say this, the reason I'm not worried about now and how I'm evaluated or legacy stuff, it doesn't matter. 50 years from now, when we're all gone, people will look back without emotion and say, what has he done? What did he do for people? What did he do for the universities? Not just me, all coaches.
John Calipari, the Associated Press Coach of the Year. 8:49 tip-off for the Cats against Wisconsin tomorrow night. It's on TBS, and the team cast is over on TNT. Much more coming up Brian will be back here at 5:30.
Rob, thank you. Well, this weather is not stopping the fans, is it?
No, it's not. The clock is ticking for the Cats as they march their way to 9. Today it was open practice, and it gave fans a chance to get in there, see their Cats on that final floor, grand stage of a floor, and just simply enjoy this team. To some, it might be just another practice, but don't call it that to members of the Big Blue Nation who don't have tickets to the Cats' Final Four matchup with Wisconsin.
It is. It's the closest I'll ever get to be able to see this team play, and it's just great to be able to be here and watch them play and see them in action.
The Chambliss family loves their Cats. Check out their daughter's shirt. She's just one of many in a long line who loves Devin Booker. This family of Big Blue fans are like hundreds of others who came out to open practice. It was a sea of blue inside when the Cats took the court, fans snapping pics and taking it all in, including Kim Chambliss.
It is crazy here. It's crazy busy. It's fun. I love the excitement. I love seeing all the blue, all the Wildcat fans. It's awesome.
Well, certainly we said the fun doesn't stop here for fans. Fan Fest is going on in a different part of town. The concerts are going over there. And as we said, the party is getting started and fans are ready for a great weekend in Indy. And we know our fans like to party.
They do, they do. I met a really special young man today, Amber. He's a member of the UK basketball family. He's a student manager. He's from Indianapolis. He's been battling brain cancer. But he came to Indy. This is his home, and of all things, he was admitted to the hospital Wednesday night because of some emergency surgery. The team is rallying around him, and tonight we have the story of a young man who's overcoming some great obstacles to be a part of the UK basketball family. This is not how UK basketball student manager Kevin Massey envisioned a return to his hometown. He grew up in Indy, a huge UK fan, and dreamed of the day he'd be part of a national championship run with the Cats. But Wednesday night, that dream was sidelined.
When we got here, they did some tests and all, and discovered his liver was inflamed and his spleen, and then they found he had some gallstones. He's having his gallbladder removed today at noon.
Compared to what he's already faced in his life, this is a minor setback. At 16, the high school athlete was diagnosed with brain cancer. A brain hemorrhage followed, affecting his speech and mobility. Kevin was fighting for his life when in walked John Calipari. The coach was in Indy and heard a UK fan faced brain cancer.
Coach Cal leaned over and told him, he said, Kevin, if you make it, you graduate from high school, you have a part on my team, you get into UK.
Kevin survived 40 days of radiation and enrolled at UK. And true to his word, Cal made Kevin a team student manager.
What has it meant for Kevin? I think it just gave him a dream that he could work towards and to know that people have his back.
Kevin is loved by the team and the coaches. In the middle of preparing for the biggest game of the season, Thursday night the entire team visited Kevin at St. Vincent Hospital and prayed for him.
The team did not have to come, but the whole team said, we're going with you. It lifted his spirits greatly.
Are you going to try to go to this game?
Yeah, I definitely am going.
So he had surgery at noon. We think it went well. Maybe he'll be at the game tomorrow, but certainly if they play whoever on Monday, he's going to be there, Amber. He's got that strength.
Thank you, Chris. Flooding closed roads and surrounded homes in Franklin County from this morning's heavy rains. WKYT's Phil Pendleton shows us how some people scrambled to escape before it was too late.
People who live on Crab Orchard Road in Franklin County say they've seen this before.
First flood was in 08, and then 11, and then this year.
But they say they've never seen it like this.
Running quicker and faster right now than what it has in the last few years.
Katrinka Jennings says the high water became an early morning wake-up call. She called her family who helped pull valuables from the home.
It's probably about 15, 16 inches in it. It's up to the top of my boots.
The water was even in her boots.
But I never dreamed it coming up as quick as it did.
I've never seen this behind us like this. I've seen it close, but I've never seen it coming over the roadway here. Down on the other end and some of the other areas, we generally know where that is and to anticipate problems there.
Emergency officials say at least 4 roads were closed throughout the county by high water, and here on Crab Orchard Road, 6 homes were submerged.
Extraordinary amount of water that's actually coming over the roadway.
We just opened the doors.
Jennings says she's just glad she has flood insurance because she says it's done it before and fears it'll happen again. In Franklin County,
I just can't believe this.
Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Officials in Franklin County tell us they're keeping a close eye on the Kentucky River. Rain and storms shortened the opening day of the spring meet at Keeneland Racecourse. Around 4 this afternoon, the track canceled the day's remaining races. The last day of the spring meet is April 24th.